Okay, so here we are, my very messy workshop. I guess as you can see, I've been doing a lot of leather work. This is actually a passenger seat cover for my motorcycle I just got done doing. I still have to fit it on the bike. And I actually just went to Tandy Leather, bought a couple new cool oil skin sides of leather. Gonna make some pretty cool stuff out of that. And my new press that's gonna hopefully save my shoulder from a lot of pain in my neck. Hopefully that's gonna help me out. But actually, we're not here today about leather at all. I'm gonna have to clean off all this crap. Today, I want to try a cool project I've been reading and watching a lot of videos about. And it's about making your own folding takedown bucksaw. And so I picked up this replacement bow saw blade. I'm really surprised at the amount of places that do not have these, because this is, I believe, for greenwood. Let me see if I can get this. Hang on. See how aggressive that is? Holy cows. So I want to try to also get a blade for dry wood. So, and to do this, I decided to go with a nice piece. I can't even get it all in one shot. It's like 6 foot long. But it's red oak. Okay. So, that is the plan. To make a folding takedown bucksaw with just that piece of red oak and that blade. And, well, I guess a couple of bolts and wing nuts and some type of cord, probably paracord for the top. So, I guess we shall see how it goes. All right. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I'm back. So, as what I'm going to try to do here, I guess the first things first, here's my piece of wood, right? And in order to figure out how big we need our uprights to be, I'm going to use a saw blade to measure that, right? So, I am just going to mark the length of the saw blade right here, okay? And that is going to be my cut line for that. And I think what I'm going to do, bring this in a little bit closer. I think what I'm going to do is once I cut this, I think I'm going to leave it whole first because it's going to get cut in half. Okay? So, but I think I'm going to leave it whole first because I'm going to try, and I'm going to try it by hand, is I'm going to try to cut a slit all the way down here right in the middle, because what's going to happen is these ends are going to be able to fold back around and encompass the blade for traveling, okay? So, and the other thing is I decided I'm going to try to do this as much as I can completely by hand, mainly with this back saw and mortarboard, because, you know, it's not going to take that much cutting, and I don't really feel like pulling out my my big saw. Although this is going to be challenging across here, but I may use a Dremel for that. I'm not sure. So let me see what I can do here about this. And this, like I said, this is red oak. So this is really hard wood. And it's a very old nitro box. Jeez, oh man, really wished I'd have used pine. Okay, so that's the length that we need, all right? Now, what I'm going to try to do, what the heck happened to my square? I say I just had it. So we've got 3/4 inch. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. All right, let me cut you off a second while I figure out what the heck I'm going to do and get back to you. Okay, I think I finally figured out what I want to do. So what I did was I went and I found the center, okay, and I just marked it all the way down, right? So I would think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use my Dremel tool, I don't know, at least to get this thing started, you know, to get a groove started, and then maybe I can finish it off with my back saw. But so we'll see what happens here. Hey, it smells like burning wood in here. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I can't try to get this thing going here. Flip it over, around. I really wanted to use a table saw, but I don't have a table saw. I don't have anywhere I can put a table saw. Alright, so I'm thinking that this would be a time to cut it in half and make it a little bit easier to work with, maybe. So let's see here what we got. Exactly 2 foot. All right. Okay. Double check that, you know, measure twice, cut once, right? Okay. I'm going to cut this off and I'll... All right, guys, so here we are. Now, I've got it sort of half set up here. So I was talking about, you need to cut that slit in the bottom so that the blade could fit in there, okay, on both sides. And then that way, wait a minute, 1 second, okay. So that way, it can flip around this way and cover the blade, okay. So I looked around in my kind of junk box. I found these two. They're a little bit big. But I don't know. I'll probably just use them temporarily and find some smaller ones and use some wing nuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to line this up the way I want it. I want that to be level across there, maybe even, well, yeah, say level across there. And then I'm going to mark it, and then I'm going to do that on both sides, and then I'm going to drill it through, and then throw these bolts in there. Okay, so that's going to be the next step. Alright guys, so here we are. Got the blade bolted in there on both sides. So one thing I discovered though is that I'm going to have to widen this cut that I made on the side here, because the blade is too wide with the teeth, you know, the offset teeth. And it doesn't want to sit in there right. And I don't really want to force it. So I may actually end up trying to hold the blade by hand or something and make its own cut in there, you know. But I mean, it'll work on its own, but I won't be able to fold it up like I want to for transportation purposes. So okay, if I don't mess with that cut right now, I guess the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the brace piece that goes across the middle. I want it to have sort of at the top, I want it to sort of angle in like that. I'm not sure. I'll have to work on it. But that's going to be the real tricky part of this whole thing, because I'm going to try to do a mortise and tenon joint with basic tools. So I come from a whole family of carpenters, but I am not one of them. So hopefully I can pull this thing off. So we'll see. All right. So they say you want to make your brace piece a little bit shorter. So I know the saw blade is exactly 24 inches, right? So I'm going to cut this brace piece for 23 inches. And then we'll see what happens. All right, so after looking at this, I cut that to 23 inches, okay? 1 inch short. Now, and then looking at this, these are almost, or right about 1.5 inches, okay? So instead of trying to get crazy with it, I'm going to do just about half, so that it'll be 3/4 inch. So I'm going to go, for my mortise and tenon joint, I'm going to go 3/4 inch in, okay? That's how long, that's how I'm going to go, 3/4 inch in. And then I'm not sure about the other way yet. We'll figure it out. But yeah, 3/4 inch in, that's how deep I'm going to make that joint. Okay, so what I did was I went on here and I decided to come, after measuring everything, I decided to come 3/8 in on either side. And I marked it. Like I said, I was going to go 3/4 in and 3/8 in this way. Okay? So I'm going to cut down straight on these lines until I hit this line. And then I'm going to come in from the sides. Alright? At least that's that's the plan. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to one-hand this. Okay. Okay, there's one. All right. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Now, I'm going to see about what I want to do with this. Taking a little bit out of here. Alright. Okay, so on this one, on these sides, I decided to go 1/4 inch on either side. So now I'm going to saw them down. Now, bear with me a second. I'm going to put you down real quick. Okay, so you can see how they're cut down to there. Now I'm going to cut them down this way. Okay, there's one. I'm going to put you down a second. Flip this over. Okay, and this one. There goes the other one. So that is what we're left with. Okay. I mean, it's not focus. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's not, you know, perfect or anything, but not too bad. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side and get back with you. Okay, so I got this thing measured out. I'm actually not very happy with it, to tell you the truth. I wanted a lot more height out of it, but to be able to make it a folding so it contains in itself, you have to go by the length of the blade, you know. And so I wish I'd have bought a 30-inch. This is a 24. But so it's an even 2 feet across the bottom here, and then up there it's a ½ inch shorter, you know, because I cut it 1 inch. 1 inch shorter, so it's a ½ inch on either side. So now I have this marked on both sides to where I have to put my notch for my mortise and tenon joint. So that's going to be the thing I work on next, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. I have to check and see. I hope I have some chisels here. If not, I might be in trouble. I think I'm going to start it with a drill and then see what happens from there. Okay? Alright, so I have the... try to get the glare out of it. I got the hole started with the drill. That one's a little bit better. But I need to find like a chisel. I don't even know if I think they're maybe at the house. I don't think they're here. So I might be done with this for the night. Sucks. I wanted to get it done, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, alright, I might have to get with you about this later on tomorrow or something. But, you know, like I said, it's coming pretty good. I gotta admit, I am a little bit disappointed because I wanted to get a lot more height out of it, because now I'm going to be, you know, limited to like a 6-inch log, which I guess, you know, most times when you're out there, you know, and bushcrafting and whatnot, I mean, that's plenty big, but I don't know, I don't want to be limited, you know what I mean? So, you know, so yeah, well, so far so good, I guess. I guess we'll pick it up tomorrow. All right. Alrighty, so I'm back. Looks like I have discovered my ½ inch chisel, so I can try to straighten up these mortise and tenon joints. So I'm just going to get started on that. Not quite sure how this is going to go, because it is, you know, hardwood. Let's see here. Guess I need a hammer too, huh? Another reminder, sure is oak. Huh. And this is the smallest chisel I have. I wish I had one even smaller, to tell you the truth, because I want to be able to get down in here, but chisel's a bit too wide. So, all right, I won't bore you with all this. I'll mess with this for a while and get back to you. Okay, so through a lot of messing around and all that kind of business, I think I got it. Now these still are really, really tight. I have to really, sorry about shaking the camera. I have to really smack them in there, but that's good, right? You want them to be a really tight fit. Again, sorry for shaking the camera. So, yeah. All right. So there we are. Fits into each other. Again, it's not perfect, you know, but hey, who among us is, right? So that was a big part of this that I wanted to get done. I'm trying to get this thing to fit in here. And there's one. Let's see here. There's the other one. All right. All right. And that'll give us plenty of, see, if I push out on these up top, it squeezes it in, see how it bends? But if I pull, you can't really tell, but it strengthens it up. So that's going to be one of the other things is I'm going to probably notch it around here and around here so that that'll give the paracord somewhere to sit. And then out of something, I'm not sure what I'm going to make it out of. I'm going to cut the piece for a windlass. Probably I got plenty of this left. So I might cut a piece of it and maybe try to cut it in half so it's not as thick. Something. And that way you can tighten it up and it'll be fully functional. Alright guys, we'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, I'm back. So I don't know if you can tell or not, but I was able to do some some sanding and getting all the sharp edges knocked down, smoothed out, kind of thing. So I actually I'm trying out a new I think it's a pretty cool mount that I just got, so that's why I'm able to do this overhead shot. Whoopsies. So we're almost done. Okay, you can see the Morrison tenon joints are done. I don't have the blade on there right now, but I remembered to bring some paracord, and so now basically what I'm going to do is up here, probably right around up here somewhere in that area, I'm going to gouge, or not gouge, but I'm going to sand in, or however we're going to do it, but like a notch to go around here for something for the paracord to be able to sort of sit into, right there. This is some really heavy-duty paracord. I might have to get something smaller, but this is what I had. I'm probably going to order a 1,000-foot or yard or whatever spool off Amazon, because I use paracord as most of us do for a lot of stuff. And you can actually see you can see how it bends in like that. That's the idea. When it bends in at the top, it bends out at the bottom, and that's what puts the tension on the blade. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do about that. So I'm going to cut you off a minute and I'll be back. Alrighty, so what I did was I took my square And I marked these on 3 sides. I didn't mark them on this side. This is going to be the inside. This is where the brace is. Okay. So I marked it there, on the outside there, and the back side there. Okay. Did the same thing on both of them. Right. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little, like, I don't know what it's called, like a burring bit or something for the Dremel tool. And it seems like it's going to be the easiest way to do it and the fastest. So, you know, I'm going to give it a whirl and see what happens. So, we'll see. Alright, that actually is not too bad. So, I'm gonna, you know, maybe deepen this and widen it maybe just a bit to make sure that the cord will fit in there. I'll go ahead and do this to both of them, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so as you can see, I put these notches in here. Oops. All the way around, okay? So, now they might still be a little bit thin yet. It just gives sort of a guide, you know, where it to go. So now, the last thing that I have to do, really, is to cut the piece for my windlass. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to measure from the top here down to probably, I don't know if I'm going to go halfway or all the way down, because that's what the bottom piece of the windlass sits against this. Okay? So, from the top, it looks like we've got 4 inches to dang near the bottom, so that's a nice even number to work with, okay? So, I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece 4 inches. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it just yet, because I really don't want it to be the same, you know, thickness as this. It seems to be a little much. So I'm going to see, I don't know how I'm going to be able to thin that out, because it's not like I have a planer or anything. But, you know, I'll work with what I got, whether I have to sand the living heck out of it or what, I don't know. So, but we'll see. And I'll catch you in a minute. Oh, dang it. All right. Okay guys, so you see I cut this off. I did a little bit of sanding to it. Nothing real spectacular, just trying to get a little bit of a different shape. I think I'm going to probably round these corners off, you know, here. But before I do that, I'm going to put a hole here and a hole here up in these corners, and that's what the paracord is going to get looped through. Okay, so and I'm going to, you know, try to, like I said, take these corners off, take the rough edges off here, and maybe try to profile this a little bit better, you know, thin it down a little bit more. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's coming right along here. We're almost done. All right. Okay, so I think it's pretty cool. You know, I think it turned out all right. So it's you can see thinner, you know. So yeah, I think it's all right. Pretty pleased with it. So I guess now nothing left to do but to string the thing up and see what happens. All right, so I discovered that I actually, well, this is a little bit too short. I guess I wasn't taking into consideration how far down I was going to have to drill the holes. But I just shortened it down here a little bit. So I can either just use it like this, or I might end up making another one of these. I'm not sure. But so the last thing to do is to just wind her up to get the tension on her. And one more ought to do it. And there we have it. Good stuff. Pretty cool. And by the way, just so everybody knows, what I end up doing, maybe I should take this out of here so I can show you. I'm trying to undo all this. So this here, what I did was I tied a trucker's hitch. So in this part of the line here, I just did an overhead loop like a lark's head. And then I ran the bite end through here and back over, pulled it real tight, and then just did a simple overhand, almost like a half hitch. And that's a very, very, very good hitch. I think it's probably probably the tightest tightening hitch that you can tie. So that's what I end up doing on that. But so, yeah. Looking good. Yeah, pretty cool. So I'm already thinking about some various, you know, versions of this. I'm not really sure just yet. I'm actually trying to figure out a way that once I take this all down, and which by the way, let me do that. Take this down and nest it, and actually you don't have to do this all the way. You just get that loose, pop that off, okay, and then we'll undo the, I still want to replace these with wing nuts. There's one. There's the other one that doesn't want to come out. There we go. So you take that out. Oh, holy crap. You know what? That was really dumb. I was supposed to leave these in here. Bear with me 1 second. There, hang on. Alright, sorry about that. I can't believe I did that. So yeah. So now, you just flip this thing over. Like so. And it might be a little bit tricky at first to get it all to sit in there the way it's supposed to. Come on. Dang it. Alright, make a liar out of me. I swear I had it fitting in there before. But anyway, you get the idea. I might have to widen that out a little bit. And then this will sit on top of here. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can drill through here and maybe the back sides of these, and maybe just a couple more, and that way it'll all be one little unit. Okay. I really don't get why, because I had this fitting perfect before. Now all of a sudden it doesn't want to cooperate with me. Huh. Alright, well, anyway, you get the idea. And, oh, there goes one. Maybe, alright. Well, I guess I'll have to mess with this a little bit more, and we'll see you later. Alright, guys, so I am out here going to try out the new bow saw. I just got done with it. So we're gonna try it out and see how she cuts. If I can get this straightened out a little bit. That's better. Oh yeah, that cuts pretty nice. Dang it. Oh, yeah. Can't get this thing to stay still. Oh yeah, man, this is awesome. It so beats trying to cut it with a folding saw. Oh yeah, that's a real labor saver right there. I am extremely happy with that. All right, cool stuff.